If you think about a monitor controller, you will at first think that it's just a luxurious volume control. But it's actually much more than that. And it's a very important tool for every engineer to have in the studio. A monitor controller has to do 4 things, in my opinion. So let's run through all those things one by one. Number 1. It needs to be able to switch sources and destinations. In other words, choosing what you want to hear and through which speakers you want to hear it. For instance, I can choose to listen to my DAW or listen to my Mac Pro output for melodyning or just listening to an MP3 or something. And a mini jack, which I can plug into everything except for the new iPhone 7. Number 2. Control the volume without coloring. And it's pretty logical, of course, that you want to control your own volume. But you want to do this without adding extra color or something to the sound. You want to keep it as transparent as possible. And it has to sound the same over the whole range. So full on should sound the same as very quiet and in between. And let's not go too much in depth about how difficult it is to design such a thing, because it's really rocket science. Maybe I will do it one day, but not now. And fact of the matter is that every single electronic circuit, and it doesn't matter if it's passive or active, does color the sound a bit. And you can look at the prices of monitor controllers to see how transparent they are. The prices are much higher because components need to be much more precise and much more matched in order to get a transparent sound. And that's a really expensive thing to do. Number 3. Analytic tools. And these are functions to check certain things. They mostly have to do with the stereo image. For instance, you can press the mono button just to check how it would sound in mono. Because I still only have one speaker on my iPhone and this thing is mono. And you can also swap the polarity of one of the 2 channels, which is very handy if you're looking for polarity problems in your mix or in certain sounds. But more on that in one of my first videos, which is linked over here. And this polarity swapping thing goes from a really simple button to a lot more complex analytics, mostly on mastering setups. They even have a button which is called ABS to swap the polarity of both speakers, and that even makes a difference, which is really interesting, but also something for another video. Number 4. Talkback. And this is more important for recording studios because you want to talk with the person on the other side of the window, which is soundproofed. So you've got a talkback microphone, but you only want to activate it when you really want to talk to the person. Otherwise you would hear all the noises of the control room on his headphones, which we don't want. So most monitor controllers have a relay built in to activate the talkback microphone and at the same time dim the volume of your speakers so you can communicate much clearer and won't get a feedback loop when you've got the talkback over a speaker or something. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to Sound Vision Studio and E-Mastering for having me use their studios to record some B-roll. I just wanted to give you guys more views of monitor controllers. There are a lot of monitor controllers out there, so check them out over at the online shops, which I'm not going to say how they are called because I'm not being sponsored by them. And the monitor controller Sound Vision Studio uses for I think already 10 years is the Crane Song Evo set. It's really cool, it's controlled by relays, so if you turn the button, the relays will select a resistor combination for that volume. It's crazy. E-Mastering uses a Crockwood iGlow M1 7AI, which also works with a lot of relays, but is also capable of routing the whole mastering chain. Which is amazing, but also a subject for a different video. My own monitor controller in my Neumann is Frankensteined by me. I built it around a Neumann W444 fader, which is very transparent and is, it's got amazing characteristics. So I thought, why not make it from a fader? And it's also really cool to have like a gas handle to up and down your volume. It's maybe a bit crazy, but I like it even more than having a round button. And that's it for this video. I hope I cleared some things up about monitor controlling and why you need it or why you shouldn't need it. So if you still have some questions about this subject, leave them below in the comments and I will try to answer them. If you like this video, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up or support me on my Patreon campaign. I've got it linked over here. If you want to see more of my videos, you can do this by checking them out over here. For now, I want to thank you for watching and bye bye.